Hey everyone, Shawn Clement here for Golf WRX at our Richmond Hill location for Wisdom in Golf. And this one is mega important because too many of you are trying to hit the ball straight with the driver and it's sapping a boatload of energy from your swing. Let me explain. So if I'm a tennis player, I got my Owen Davidson aluminum racket. Serial number A519274. Man, this thing is a beauty. Now, if I'm doing a power forehand down the line with topspin, why does spinning the ball, why is that more powerful? Well, if I try to not spin the ball and I'm trying to hit the ball straight, that's exactly like a checked swing in baseball, isn't it? So when you have angular momentum, so if I'm kicking a soccer ball or a football, when my foot plants, there's my axis of rotation here. Everything moves around that front hip. It's angular momentum. For you to try and hit something straight out of an arc requires a manipulation of hold off. That's sapping juice. Now you think, yeah, that's right, Dustin Johnson. He's the longest player on the PGA Tour. He averaged 100 yards into the hole in his second shots in Hawaii. Talk about an advantage. He plays a power fade. Well, that fade has a very specific spin release feel versus the draw. So they're both great as long as you're fully releasing the shot. So when you're playing baseball, I'm waiting for that pitch. This is me trying to hit it straight. Round bat, round ball, round swing. You can't hit it straight. You're always going to see a little spin on that ball when you're out there, especially when you're playing fastball. You see some wicked curves in fastball. So here comes the pitch. I'm focusing on where I want that sucker to go. Then there's that big release. So there's impact. There's the ball coming off the bat. And then there's this beautiful release of the anatomy. You must allow that anatomy to release. So you're either fading or drawing the ball. Today, I'm going to show you the power fade, okay? So power fade with the driver is a fully released driver. And the way you're doing that is, you saw what we did before. We have a ball on a string. So I'm going to start the ball on the red square and fade it back to the green square. So I'm going to aim, you'll see my dots here. I'm going to aim left edge of this dot right there. Now, if I swing, so let's say I want to start it just below red and fade it back to green, medium to high trajectory, this feels like if I swing in that direction that the tip of the tee is going to get clipped by the sole of the club slightly on the way up. This feels like it's going to fade too much. That feels like it's going to hook too much. And that feels like it's going to fade just a little when I fully release it. So when I let gravity take that sucker and fully release it in that direction, it feels like it wants to fade. So I'm not trying to guide it in any manner. I'm fully releasing it in that direction. So I see the tip of the tee. My eyes are there. Remember that if the bottom groove of your driver clips the tip of the tee, you will absolutely nut that sucker. So watch how accurate I can be here with just the tee. So all I'm looking for is clipping through the center of that tee, the tee in the center of the club face. So this fits. We're going left edge of red back to green, just under red. That fits right there. So now I'm staying in that direction. I'm going to feel a full release, left edge of that toward just under red. There it is. Nice finish. Just a hair off center, but I'll take that big time. I know that's going to be hitting the fairway. And because of these wonderful forgiving clubs, I still get some pretty good distance out of it. So we'll try that again. And we'll go same height, medium to high. Right there, left edge of red. That fits. Now, if I swing in that direction, it feels like the ball's going to want to fade. Great. If the ball's too far forward, I have to lunge there. Now that ball's going to go way too far left, and I'm going to have to hang on like crazy just to find it in that direction. If I play it too far back, I feel like I have to reach back to start it in that direction. Right there, it feels like it wants to go in that direction. All I got to do now is let that ball and string ride through the tip of that tee in that direction. Full abandon. There it is. There's my power fade from red to green. So, higher, tee it up a little higher, ball a little more forward, above red, same thing. There you go. So now I've got that high fade downwind. And if I wanted to keep that fade nice and low into the wind, same thing. Now it's going to go below black, just left edge of red. See how I'm hovering the club now? So now we're going through the tip of the tee, parallel to the ground, left edge of that. And I feel like my club face will just allow the ball to stay in that direction to start and fade a little bit. Boom. We stay with the direction. Now, you'll know if you pull it more left than where you're aimed, you're defaulting to the ball, and now you're double crossing. Okay? If you stay through and in the direction you want to start the ball, and you stay with the picture, you won't come over the top, you won't double cross it. And if you feel that you're staying with it, it's not fading, club face is just a hair too closed. And if you feel like you're staying with it and it's fading too much, then the club face is just a little too open. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned next week. I'm going to show you how to hit that power draw, high and low, just like if you were getting ready to go play across the pond into the British Isles. Enjoy.